Hello, and welcome back to the Aku stream. Alright, tonight's a Wednesday, so ain't cracking open any bevs, ain't drinking anything alcoholic tonight. Weekday and all, but I got some Coke Zero. As exciting as that is. We're just doing a quick stream tonight. We're just going to be checking out this little indie game here. Spellbook Demonslayers by Zendra, apparently it's called. I've been playing this game quite a bit lately. It's my current time waster. Sinual showed it to me, and it's exactly like some other games that I've been spending a lot of time on lately as well. So it's kind of like a survival game. I think that's technically what the genre is called, but at least that's what I think people refer to it as. Is it's like a top-down roguelike survival game. But I mean, I think your survival game, I think like you got to get food and water and shit. Anyway, let's get into this game. We can talk about it more while we're playing it. Yeah, we're just doing a quick little middle of the week stream, showing off a game that I've been really enjoying lately. Full-blown game capture. There we are. Let's see. She's a little hidden behind, but that's the main character. As far as I know, there's no story or anything. That's her shoes with spikes on the back, which I think they look really fucking cool. And I couldn't think of anything to title this video, so that's why the video's got that about her axe kick being murder. She might have robot legs? I don't know. It's a little hard to tell. She's got like a Star Fox thing going on there with the knee and below. Anyway, before we get into the actual game itself... Oh, let me get some sound going on over here, actually. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So before we get into the actual game itself, I wanted to show you just real quick the store page for this. Again, it's Spellbook Demonslayers is the game. And as you can see, very positive reviews. Came out in November. And full price, $5 for this game. I actually got it for a little bit cheaper because I'm not sure if they still are doing it, but they were doing a bundle where you could get this game and 20 Minutes Till Dawn, which is another game that's like this, and I already own that. So because I already had one of the games in the bundle, I got this game for like $3. And I've been spending a lot of fucking time in it. Alright, so let's jump back over and into the game itself. Okay, so as I was saying before, this game, actually, let me spend some points here. Let me spend some points real quick. It's roguelite or roguelike. It's not really, it's not truly roguelike, because for that, like, you really got to really reset every time in between runs. It's a roguelite, meaning that you're getting different upgrades and shit that are affecting your gameplay in between. So it's not like true, but almost no game is true roguelike, I would say nowadays. Okay, so I'm gonna grab one overlevel and 1 second per point. Or okay, no, I don't care about that. I can explain more of this stuff when we get in. I just trying. How many points do I have left? 8. Perfect. Okay, so I'll get one of those and we're good for now then. Okay. So yeah, those are the points you spend for permanent upgrades, and you can change your abilities around, make it so your abilities can level up even more than normal. Bring mine. Sorry, having a little bit of wire trouble over here. Okay. Hey, Cody Cat, see you on YouTube. Doing Pepe's. All right. How's it going? How's it going though, Cody Cat? How's your week treating you? Middle of the week? Hope it's going good. Okay, so let's just get into this game then. So you have to choose a different spellbook. That's why it's called Spellbook Demonslayers. And guess what? We're going to be slaying demons. You can't see it, but the two books that are behind my portrait, my camera, those are locked still for me, so I can't use those anyway, so it doesn't matter what's there. Each book has two different passive abilities, and I don't have them all unlocked yet. So like these two, Sly and Eden, I still need to unlock their second ability. And for both of them, I just need to get to level 50 with them. So let's go ahead and take Sly. I like Sly quite a bit. So you can kind of check out here real quick what these do. It's not all that important, but because each of them, like I said, you get a passive ability. So the one that I'm going to have to use here is Slither, where every 10 seconds I'll gain 100% dodge chance for 4 seconds. And that's just constantly going as I'm going through the game. To me, this seems like one of the more OP ones out of these, at least these first level passive abilities. Because I'm trying to unlock all the second ones, I actually haven't been playing yet with these other passives yet, the secondary ones. And you can see there's a little bit of stat bonus depending on which book you choose. And this is the actual ability, the starting spell for the book. So in this case, it's Assault Sentinel, which is going to be summoning like a little tower that fires bolts at the demons. Okay, so let's just get into this. I'm going to be playing on, as you can see, this, oh, by the way, very early access still. There's a lot in here. There's a lot in here, and you can spend a lot of hours playing, but it is early access. Not everything is released yet. And there's one or two things where I'm not sure if it's intentional or if it's just kind of like an exploit we're able to do at the time. But we're going to be starting here on just the first area, Library Courtyard. Now this is going to run for excuse me, my voice is a little dry and tired after a full day of work. Today was new member orientation at work, so I had to give a lengthy payroll presentation. I have to do that once a month for all the new employees. So anyway, so excuse my more huskier voice tonight. And I might be coughing a little bit. So the Library Courtyard, it's going to run for 13 minutes, and that'll be the official end of it. But then I can choose to do one of three. I'll have one of three options to continue playing and get more like points and more things to spend, higher scores, shit like that. It goes kind of in like into an endless mode at that point. And literally, you can play this game with like just WASD and space. And it's typically how I play. Like right now, I'm just playing one-handed. So I might want to mention that you do have in the... I'm sorry, I'm giving you a real kind of technical breakdown, but I really want to kind of let you know about this game. You know, that's kind of my point of playing it right now. So you can choose... I don't remember where the options are. Oh yeah, here we go. Aiming mode. So there's three different types of aiming mode. There's movement based, and if you're playing with movement based, things will like go. I actually don't have a good one to show you it right now. Storm Throne's pretty good. I'll grab Storm Throne. Okay, so it, as you can see, it's firing in the direction that I'm moving in, so it's not going to be firing to the right. The ones that I'm dropping down, those automatically fire just as part of their effect. So now I can shoot up and I can shoot down. So that's movement based aiming. The other ones are mouse or stick. So in this case, it'll fire wherever my mouse is. So there's like an elite coming that way. I can kill it with that. Incinerate. This is like currently, this is the hotness currently for me. This is my favorite spell right now. As you can see, I've got 5 spell slots up here. So this is my starting one, and this is that lightning throne that I just got. You want to get Incinerate, it's going to go up here. That one means that it's a level 1 spell, and you can buy and collect, like, not buy, but you can collect, as you level up, you can do upgrades for them. So like right now, if I chose Assault Sentinel, it would make it level 2. So I'm going to choose Incinerate, and I'll show you the mode I typically use. And whenever these kind of games have an aiming mode choice, I almost always put it on automatic, and there's a real good reason for that. That'll show, that'll become apparent kind of like as there's more enemies around me and I'm playing. But I do automatic, where the game itself will target enemies. So like right now, I don't have to move, I don't have to aim with my mouse, and as enemies come towards me, it will fire at the closest one. And that becomes really great for, it's like, you see all these flames coming out of me right now with Incinerate. So if there's no enemies near me, the Incinerates just kind of come out at random. But if there's an enemy near me, see, they're all dying real quick. But if there's enemies near me, the flames, that was a good show right there. The flames will all come out towards that nearest enemy. And if there's a ton of enemies coming from all directions, like later on when the enemies aren't dying very fast, you'll see it just like targeting and picking them out at high speed, and you can't get that kind of effect by using the other two aiming methods. So some people might say like, oh, it's, you know, it's lame, or it's like cheating or something, you know, to use the automatic. But as somebody who plays a lot of these games, those people can go fuck themselves, because these games can get really fucking hard, especially when you're trying to like get all the achievements. You're trying to get like super high scores, and it makes no sense to not use automatic. I'm sorry, it makes no sense. Got to use that automatic. Another game that's like this that I've been playing a lot lately is Brotato, and I might play that here one of these Wednesdays, because I do plan on streaming now every Wednesday and doing just kind of a short, hey, I really like this game and I've been playing it on the side, here's my current time waster. I might come up with like a name for these Wednesdays, I don't know. Okay, so on top of the spells, you also get these auras, and auras are passive effects. And some of them are extremely fucking good. Here's my two favorites currently on screen: Brain Power, which increases your damage, and Reverberation. And you can see how Reverberation says 1 out of 7 while these other ones say 1 out of 4. That's because I spent those special points outside of the gameplay to increase the amount of times I can level up Reverberation. And what it means by cast speed, that's basically like my haste, so I'll be doing my spells much more quickly. And that's kind of what I always tend to go for, is multicasting and like cast speed in these kind of games. But for now, I'm going to go with Brain Power, because once the aura reaches level 4, you can like give it a permanent effect upgrade, and Brain Powers is going to allow me to get a 6th spell slot. So I definitely want that. And you can see my Lightning Throne. That's my second spell. That's what this like little blue diamond is. And that'll move around. Enemies that come into it, they get zapped by light. They have a chance of getting zapped by lightning. And if I'm standing within the perimeters of it, then there's an even greater chance that like more lightning will basically spawn if I'm inside of it. I don't want any of that stuff, so I'm gonna go level 2 Incinerate. Now, I do plan on replacing the Sentinel one, and that can get a little complicated, so I'm not going to bother talking about that until the time comes that I do it. And this is essentially the core of the game so far that you've seen already. Buying auras, buying and upgrading auras and spells, killing demons, just running around in this, you know, this big-ass field area. But oh man, you play this game, like I said, you play it one-handed, you turn the music, this is the in-game music by the way, but you turn off the in-game music, you put up a YouTube video on a second screen, or you just have a TV on in the background, and it's just a great game to just spend some time doing while you're watching something or listening to something. Just yesterday I was watching some GT Live while playing this game. So right now I leveled up. Oh no, sorry, I opened up a chest. Yeah, I opened up a chest, and these are, I'm getting both of these now. So I'm getting the level 3 Incinerate and the level 2 Storm Throne. Now, my goal right now currently is to fill out 5 spells that 5 of what I believe are the best spells that I can get, which does not include Dynamo. And so I want to fill that out while at the same time trying not to level up my Assault Sentinel, because when I am able to switch out, I almost said it again, that spell, it needs to be the lowest level, because it'll give you the option to switch out one of your lowest spells, and if you have more than one that are tied for the lowest, then it'll randomly choose one. So I want to make sure that that Assault Sentinel is the lowest, so I can be sure that it's the one I'm going to swap out. Oh my god, I can't talk tonight. Once you get the spells up to level 6, they kind of do a little evolution where the spell will look different and act slightly differently. Like, they'll get bonus effects to them. And typically, like almost all spells, once you level them up, they're at least okay. But there's some spells that, man, they just get super fucking good once you get them to level 6. So this is a cursed shrine, or a not cursed, I guess cursed. I don't remember their exact word for it. Hold on, I'm trying to play and talk about this. So that's kind of like a boss. You can think of that, those are bosses. They spawn, you have to kill a certain number of enemies within them, and then once they die, you get one of these purple chests, and these are the super good chests. The stuff that's in these chests you can't get by normally leveling up or other types of chests. And they typically have really fucking good abilities in them. However, I'm not super big on these ones, so I'm going to spend one of my rerolls, and that's one of the things you have to upgrade outside of the actual gameplay, is when you're back on the menu, you can increase the number of rerolls that you get per run. So these ones are some good ones. As you can see, plus 60 damage, plus 1 max mana. Bounty Hunter is also really fucking good. 20 plus 25 damage overall, but specifically plus 50% to the elite demons. I'm gonna go ahead and get... I'm gonna grab Mind Expansion. Especially once that 13-minute timer runs out, the difficulty really starts ramping up, so I want to make sure I'm trying to maximize how much damage output I have. Although Coal of the Week, actually I didn't see that up there. I'm gonna take this instead. Instantly execute demons below 25% HP and damage plus 20%. Super good. That way you don't find yourself going, oh god, just die, just die, just die, just die, you know, as everything's closing in on you. Oh, I haven't seen Cold of... I think I saw Cold of Week on my first playthrough. So these are this is a Soul Seek Shrine. The regular shrine... I'm sorry guys, I'm losing my voice tonight. The regular shrines... they each spawn, and depending on their name you can tell what they're going to do. When you stand within their area of effect, you gain whatever bonus it is that they give, and then if you complete it, and by complete it you have to kill a certain number of demons while you're within that area of effect, then you get that bonus on you for a certain amount of time before it wears off. However, the area of effect shrinks over time around the shrine, and then once the area of effect is gone, the shrine disappears. So if you don't kill enough things while you're standing in it before it disappears, you just don't get it then. However, they randomly pop up around the map, so you just keep looking for them. And again, the corrupted shrines, those are the ones that are like bosses. Oh, okay, so here we go. I'm going to... Okay, no, I'll show you Ardor later. So this is what I was talking about, where it upgrades Incinerate into Ardor. So it'll be a different spell name, but it's the same spell, just better and with another effect. Which, as you can see, the effect here is releases a powerful explosion after each burst. But I've got to get Storm Throne just because I want to make sure that my Sentinel is the lowest level. As the storm, like the sentinel, it's okay, I guess. So haste shrine, this kind of I always thought is backwards. For haste shrine, it increases your movement speed, and then there's another shrine called a turbo shrine, and that actually increases your like casting speed. And I'm like, turbo should be movement speed, and haste should be the casting speed. But you know, that's just me, I guess. And unfortunately, the game just forced me to upgrade my sentinel. We'll do Storm Throne again then. So this is my experience bar up here at the top, if you couldn't tell already, and every time it fills up I level up, and then that's when that purple guy comes out and I get to choose a spell or an aura. You can see all enemies are highlighted in red. You can go ahead and turn that off if you want. I like to keep it on because especially when I've got like 6 or 7 spells all popping off and the screen is filled with stuff, it really helps to see them that they're outlined in red. So it may not look great necessarily, but I feel like it's almost necessary later on. I'm gonna grab that brain power again. And I think next time I level it up is when I'll be able to get that other spell slot. So the experience, you don't get it automatically. If you also, again, if you haven't noticed, you have to go around picking up these little crystals. Every time you kill an elite, it'll drop a chest. Unless there's, because some, like, later on, the elites will start spawning in pairs. And if you have a certain ability, they'll start spawning in triplets. They'll still only drop 1 chest, though, for each kind of group of the elites that spawn. Let's see. Enlighten's really good. Gives you an overlevel, which I already have 1 of. Overlevel is super good, and it allows me, this is what's going to allow me to, instead of having, because again I got 5 spells now, once I get that brain power ability, it'll become 6 spells. And overlevel, it might be a bug, so it might be an exploit currently. I don't know. Sinuel and I were talking, we don't know if like it's intended, but Sinuel found that you can use the overlevel to force your last spell slot to take 2 spells. Because when you choose overlevel, instead of just choosing 1, you get to choose 2 things when you level up. And if you happen to choose 2 spells, you get them both, even though you only have 1 spell slot. It's pretty fucking broken, and it doesn't the last one doesn't visually show up there, but you can still upgrade it and use it, so it's obviously in the game. like you got it, it's just there's no visuals for it, so I don't know if it's intended, you know, kind of thing. So anyway, gonna grab that Enlighten. Also, it increases the light radius, so you'll see that there's like a little light around me. When enemies enter into that light, they lose armor. So enemies are weaker when they're inside of your little light bubble. And that Enlighten ability I just got increases the radius of it by a certain percentage. And yeah, so you can see, oh, no, you can't see. Up in the top right, behind where my camera is my kill count. I'm at over 1,000 demons right now. But it's not really all that important to see. I guess I could move my camera down a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, I could do that. Webcam border and webcam. Oh. I was like, how come this isn't working? Wrong keyboard. Okay. Nope, not what I was wanting to do. There we go. Okay, I move it down just a little bit. Now you should be able to see everything. Wonderful. All right, back to the game. What are we looking at here? Okay, so this is the upgrade ability here for brain power. It's called Galaxy Brain, and it's okay, but I've got a mutation for this, and that's what I'm going to be using. The mutation is something I had to buy using, you know, these blue flowers that are up here in the top right corner. That's the currency in the game, is those blue flowers. So I had to spend those to unlock this mutation. And as you can see, reverberation is also going to have a mutation ability when I get up there. However, it'll randomly give you one of the two whenever it comes up, but if you can't see it because it's behind my screen, but there's this thing that's popping up behind my camera, and what that's saying is that if I use a reroll on it, I can change it into the mutation effect. So we're going to do that right now, and you can see it down here, the Beast Eye, max spell limit +1, damage +30. That's exactly what we're going to be getting. So now I've got 6 spell slots. We just got to get 2 more and then wait for the over level, because we want to make sure we get that 7th one. So this shrine, God, everything's coming up before I'm ready to talk about it. So this was a smuggler shrine. A smuggler shrine opens up this special level up screen when you complete it, and as you can see, it has illegal upgrades, and it's got this ability up here, which this is what I was talking about, where you can replace your spells. So the spells that are in Umbral Ibrahim is the smuggler guy. So his weapons can only be, his spells can only be bought here from him, and they tend to be more powerful versions of the normal spells. Like each of them is like a normal spell, but kind of crazy in some way. I don't like that flame lance, so we're going to reroll. And rerolls for him are different. Like it costs you actually the astral flowers to do it. I'm not liking any of these weapons, so we'll wait on this and come back later, because I don't want to spend another astral flower. Instead, I'll get lethargy, which makes enemy speed reduced to 0.8%, or that 0.8%. Oh, actually no, that 0.8 times. 0.8% would be really fucking slow. Yeah, 0.8 times. They'll be moving at 80% speed though. That is what it will be doing. So it's not huge, but they are a little bit slower. And especially later on, you want when the enemies have a shit ton of health, you want them moving as slow as possible. So always, every time you'll find that when you're playing the game, every time you find a shrine, you're hoping it's a smuggler shrine, and you'll always be disappointed when it's not. Another one of my favorite auras, clairvoyance. It gives the effect of experience gain plus 15% and pickup range, and that's for the experience, plus 25%. I always try to max that as soon as I can when I see it, just because it makes leveling up that much easier. And especially since right now our goal is to get to level 50 with this spellbook. As you can see in the top right there, I'm currently at level 14. And it's forcing those upgrades on me. Now the good thing is the way it forces like the upgrades for the spells sometimes when you pick up like those chests, it cannot do that if the spell is at level 5, because then that spell can't level up. It needs to be like evolved. So as long as I don't evolve it, I won't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, we'll go ahead and evolve Incinerate into Ardor. So now you'll see the flames are blue, and at the end of it you'll see that I burst with like a little explosion, and that little explosion does hurt any enemies that are near me. Now, unlike some other games that are like this, more specifically Vampire Survivors, which was the one that really kind of took off, at least in my friend group, for a while. Gonna upgrade my Storm Throne now, so that'll make it so that so the evolved Storm Throne will make it so that when I'm standing in the area, it'll also increase my cast speed and my movement speed. So now you can see I've got 2 areas And when I'm inside of them, I'm just casting much faster than when I'm out, you know, into out. And it stacks when they're overlapping like this, which is real nice. So Vampire Survivors has like infinite maps. These ones aren't infinite. As you can see, I'm up here at the top of the map, but it's still a pretty decent size. Okay, so this is, okay, corrupted, not cursed, the corrupted shrine. These, like I said, are like the bosses. And they always fire these bullets at you. This is the easiest type, because it'll be random how, like, the pattern that it fires them in. This is the easiest one. This is what I always hope for, because I can just stand still and I don't have to worry about getting hit by it. Getting touched by an enemy hurts a lot. Getting hit by a bullet seems to be like way stronger, at least as far as I can tell. Again, not an expert at this game, still unlocking stuff. Game's still, you know, in early access. But as far as I can tell, the worst thing to happen is to get hit by any kind of projectile. Which also sucks because they're actually hard to see, especially when the screen is filled with stuff. I wish I could have them outlined in a color like how the enemies are outlined in red. Would really help. Okay, we'll grab some more Enlighten. Awesome. I love this shotgun aura. Okay, so these are the special auras that, again, you can only get after beating these corrupted shrines. And I guess they're called arcane auras instead of just normal auras. I think that's like the difference. At least that's how the game differentiates them by name. So the shotgun here, spell projectile amount +2 and spell based damage per projectile +1. Very, very good. It's just more projectiles, more strength. Better projectiles, better strength. Pop a shotgun. Ghost bullet's okay. I don't really want ghost bullet though. We'll spin some rerolls here. See if we can't find some better stuff. Slipstream's pretty good. Want some good? I tell you what, these it's giving me shit spells tonight. All right, here we go. Here we go. Blade Whirl. This one is probably, so if Incinerate's my favorite, this is probably my second favorite here. Throw an aimed volley of spinning blades. The blades return to where they were thrown from, piercing all demons. Chains are converted into extra projectiles. And what it means by chain is that whenever something chains, like a bullet, if it hits something, it'll shoot at another enemy, and that's a chain. And you can increase the amount of times your spells will chain. And what this is saying is that instead of chaining, you'll just have extra projectiles with this spell. And there's the Blade Whirl right there. You can see the little shurikens like spinning at me. All spells, by the way, they look like they suck when you have them at level 1. Like, you can't ever judge a spell by its base form. Because Incinerate and this one are probably at the end we'll see what the percentages are, but I guarantee you Blade Whirl and Incinerate are probably going to be my two strongest spells. I almost guarantee it. The only thing is that Blade Whirl did come out here a little bit later. And overall, actually, I'm taking a long time to set up my spells. And part of that might be because I'm super distracted just by talking about this game. Here's a great one. Fortification. You get damage reduction. I really like Tailwind because you get that cast speed percentage increase there. Which, again, cast speed, one of my favorite stats in all these kind of games. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Tailwind. Tailwind's evolved ability at level 4 is also pretty nice. It merges really well with that lethargy aura where it makes all the enemies slowed down, you know, to 80% movement speed. And I'll show you why that is later on when I get it. We'll go for more clairvoyance. I'm telling you, I cannot fucking get spells right now. It is bugging the crap out of me. I'm having really bad luck compared to how it feels like I normally am doing. But Hailstorm sucks. All this sucks. And by sucks, I mean some of it's okay, but I'm not going for okay. I'm going for good. I'm going for great. Everything with those abilities feel the same way. Especially double tap, you don't need that because I've already got the Cold the Weak aura, so I'm already killing things below 25%. Why do I need to instantly execute things below 20% with a single ability? I don't like the mines. Tornado's okay. Lead Sprinkler. I'm gonna get this. It's gonna look like the worst fucking spell ever. I guarantee you, this is one of the better ones. You just gotta evolve it. So you'll see a little orange flame coming out of me and moving just a little bit and going in. Oh god, I just got hit by a projectile. I wasn't paying attention. But look at it. It's like a little, it's a little piece of crap. I have to try to like, because it just goes around in a circle. Like it doesn't actually aim at anything. So you got to try to like position yourself properly to hit things with it. It really sucks. Really fucking bad until you evolve it. Alright, grabbing more clairvoyance. But once it evolves, ooh, you'll see it kicks major ass. See, I almost ran into a projectile. I hate those fucking things. Can't see them. At least I can't. I cannot see those things. Don't like any of this. I'm going to do a reroll. Magma Axis is pretty okay. So we're at the point now where we only want to choose a spell if we're going to do the overlevel. And once I do the overlevel, I can't use the reroll, or else it's going to not give me more spells. Because once you're full up on spells, it stops showing you new spells. So if I do overlevel, choose my first spell, then reroll, I still can choose another ability, but it's going to be an aura. It's not going to be a spell. Or it's going to be one of the spells I already have just to like level them up. Magma Axis I do like. I don't like Blood Blitz. So we'll use up these rerolls and hope I get something good. Alright, it's not showing me any spells right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab Tailwind, and we'll wait and try to get the spell later. The two spells. And while I can take something that's not great, and just try to exchange it later on at a Smuggler Shrine, I'd rather just get something good to begin with. Take Blade Whirl. Okay, so we got a Smuggler Shrine here, but unfortunately, it's not going to let me trade out the one I want to because I've got a level 1, or it's now going to be a level 2 Lead Sprinkler. And, that's just how it goes. I'll have to wait for a later on Smuggler Shrine. So instead, right now, we'll look at all damage increases based on missing HP. No, healing and lifesteal shrines are rerolled another type. Buff duration plus 30%. Don't care. Okay, so I'm going to use the free reroll. And I get... I don't want this because enemy projectile amount plus 50%. I don't want to deal with more projectiles. Armor of Demons is always set to -7. Irradiate. That sounds really fucking OP. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm taking that one. That's going to help me deal a shit ton more damage to these enemies now. Oh my god, I'm blasting them like crazy now. They're all just getting one shot now. These are pretty weak ones though too, these eye ones, but still I can definitely see and feel the difference in that negative armor. Okay, we've got Icicle and Double Tap. No, I don't want those. Dynamo and Tornado. Fudge. Alright, I don't want to use my banishes, so we'll go for Lead Sprinkler. I've got to level up Lead Sprinkler anyway. I gotta tell you guys, I'm having terrible luck right now. I haven't even seen one of my favorite ones. Where it's like little, they're called electric spiders. They do not look like electric spiders, that's for sure. So as these shrines spawn, sometimes you'll see them overlap. If you get a summoning shrine, completing that shrine will summon in like 2 or 3 other shrines, like on top of it. I actually don't know Tome Dust, so I'm gonna not get that for now. I don't want to try out something new while I'm trying to show off the game, because I'm not going to know how to use it and upgrade it, you know, really well. I have to experiment with it. All right, great, awesome. Getting a level up on that lead sprinkler, exactly what I want to see. So you can see now that's level 4. It's a tiny bit better, but not by much. That little lead sprinkler, it's still going around, just not really doing much. Hunter Vortex. So this is leveling up my blade whirl. Summon spinning blades that rotate around yourself and elite demons, cutting down everything in their path. So now you can see my blades are purple. I've got one that's permanently spinning around me, and the other ones are doing that out and in. And when an elite demon spawns, you'll see that it also has the blade spinning around it. And that'll be hurting things around the elite demon for me. So it's just a really fucking good ability. Not much else to say about that. Grabbing another Enlighten. I'll start using those overlevels soon to, you know, double up on my abilities that I get when I level up. So I now finished the 13-minute timer. And as you can see, I am presented with a choice of 3 things. So it says, you know, warning. Again, I don't know what the fucking story is. As far as I've seen, you've now seen the story by looking at this. But it says the demonic legion has breached the barrier. The butcher approaches. The cosmos shall aid you in your final defense against her forces. Cool. Whatever, I guess. This is like the butcher over here, I guess. So I can either do time challenge, so battle until you reach the final wave of enemies and all elites have been defeated. You can do divine blessing, where it's endless and it keeps summoning in extra shrines. Or you can do demonic rage, where it's also endless and it keeps summoning in like really hard elite demons, but they have good rewards. I'm gonna go for demonic rage. That's usually what I go for. So when you choose it, it instantly does that with those shrines, just to give you a quick power boost. And you'll also notice that enemies are now way the fuck harder. And we're now into the end game now. The timer up at the top of the screen is now counting up instead of down, so you can try to get like a high score. I'm gonna get the aura evolution, or my whatever you call it. It's the one where I'm getting the clairvoyance, where I'm getting the experience. So now it'll be when I kill an elite demon, I will also kill all the non-elite demons on the screen as well. And you'll see that with the first elite demon that comes up here. As soon as it's dead, everything on the screen will just pop. Super nice to have. Definitely can get you out of a sticky situation. So here's these elites. As they die, you'll see everything else just burst, just like that. I don't like the sigils. Okay, so this is something I wasn't sure about, but okay. I'm almost worried to try this. It's something I've been wanting to try, because I've seen it come up rarely where, oh, Miko just ran over with a toy and jumped on my butt. Come here, Miko. Look, everybody, it's Miko. Brought me her dinosaur she wants to play with. This is one of their older toys, and it's one that we've actually had to patch up. Both Miko and Daniel really like that little T-Rex. Okay, so I've seen it rarely where if I have an open spell slot and I'm in the endless mode, it'll show the base form of the spells and it says that you can learn them. I'm almost certain that if I choose them right now, I can basically double up on these spells, which would be really good, especially since right now it's showing me literally my 2 favorite spells. I think I'm going to go and try to overlevel and get both of them, and I hope it's not going to screw me over. If it screws me over, I'm going to be really sad and probably not going to make it very far in this endless mode. So we'll do overlevel. Click Blade Whorl. Okay, that's good. It's good. It actually went up there. It didn't replace mine with a weaker version, which, again, I was like 1% thinking it might do that. And now let's get that Incinerate. And there you can see the orange flames of my Incinerate, and you can see the gray shurikens coming out of me for the Blade Whorl. So I technically have 7 spells right now. Again, it's only showing 6 up there. I don't know if this is intended, but as long as it's in the game, I'm going to treat it like something that's normally in the game. And also, I'm not doing anything crazy to do that. I'm just doing an over level on my last spell slot. It's something that you can definitely come across. Okay, we got another Smuggler's Emporium. I do not want to trade out any of my spells except for my starting one at this point. So I'm going to skip looking at getting the abilities for now. For these other ones, let's see. Plus 100% maximum HP is really good. -2 armor is not. But I think it's worth it though. I'm going to grab it because there's ways to get armor. It's harder to get, it's easier to get armor than it is to get health. Nice. So now we just start upgrading all our new abilities, our new spells. So when you complete an experience shrine, it sucks in all the experience. I don't think on the whole map, but at the very least in a very large area around you, it'll suck all that experience crystals into you. Give you a nice little burst. Okay, take in Reverberation now. I also, now that there's no more weapons around, because again, I didn't want to banish the weapons because once my spells, I keep on weapons. I didn't want to banish any spells because once your spell slots are full, the spells stop showing up. But now I want to start banishing the auras, so I can get rid of auras that I'm not planning on taking anyway. Just that way, better chances of getting the good stuff that I really want. Oh my god, there's so many shrines right here. But there's no enemies. Come on. Okay, power shrine, give me the turbo, come on. Oh, it's shrinking. There we go, okay. A critical shrine now too? Oof, getting all the shrines. So like here's an example. I talked about it's easier to get armor than health. So the illegal aura that I got from the smuggler was plus 100% max HP, -2 armor. However, as you can see here, the actual ratio is it's like plus 20% HP to 1 armor. So that was a lot of HP for only just giving up 2 armor. Definitely worth it. Oh, see, this is killing me now because all 3 of these are super good, and you can't overlevel on these purple chests. Skewer gives me more piercing and more damage. Shotgun, again, more projectiles, which I really like, and more spell base damage. And it's actually kind of hard to increase your base damage. But then plus 60%. That's a lot. I think I'm going to go with shotgun though. Also, you can actually, as you can see, you can evolve these once you get it up to 4. Spell projectile amount plus 100%. I really want to get that. So we're going to go with shotgun and keep trying to build that up. All right. Just got to take out some elites here. So as you can see there, it's spawning 2 elites at a time right now. Only one of them will drop the chest though. It finally leveled that sentinel spell up to level 5. It's pretty funny. Like, we haven't seen it get leveled up in a long time. Now it's stuck at level 5. I have to evolve it into its better form before those elite chests will try to level it up anymore. So I don't really have to worry about that. See, and then there's that evolution. Again, not clicking that. Instead, we're just going to focus on leveling up our other 2 spells to get them. Oh, and our man, lead sprinkler is still at level 4, huh? Okay. I guess I have gotten some pretty good auras though. My spells are lacking, but my auras are good. And even then, my spells are only lacking in their levels. Okay, another smuggler. Smooth sailing. Definitely don't want that. Let's do. I don't want second law because it makes it so that your projectiles can't pierce. Don't want that. So we're going to use a free reroll. What do we get here? Oh, I am not happy with a lot of this. I'm going to use 1 Astral Flower for a reroll. I normally don't like doing that. And Meltdown's a great ability. It's another one of my favorite ones. It's the illegal version of Incinerate, you know? I'm not going to give up my blade roll for it. I cannot fucking talk, I'm telling you. Damn it. I'm gonna ignore him and gain experience instead. I've never actually chosen this option, so I don't even know how much experience I'm gonna get. It wasn't even that much. I'm telling you, I'm getting all the stuff where I already know I don't like this. Here we go. I want that clairvoyance. I want to get that flashbang evolution. Makes it so that enemies will take damage when they first enter my light radius and every 1.3 seconds while they're inside of it. So I'm going to overlevel and grab both of those. So now it's like I just leveled up twice. I like these guys. As you can see, they're like little one-eyed zombies, but they're doing Naruto runs at me. Like, look at them go. They're also like super slow, which I think makes it even funnier. It looks like they're doing a Naruto run. They're trying to get into fucking Area 51 up in this bitch. Area 51 is what this character calls her booty. Okay, that's a lie. That's just what I call her booty. Okay, fine, that's a lie. It's just what I call my booty, okay? There. You got it out of me. Guys, I'm really tired. I'm sorry if these jokes suck. I've had a long day, but I really wanted to stream tonight. That's why it's a chill stream. Especially, yeah, I know I used to do a lot more streaming on the weekdays in the past, but my work was also much different in the past, much easier. Much less stressful, much less overtime. So lately, you know what? My weekday nights, just gonna be real tired. I'm sorry. I know this all sounds terrible. Probably sounds like stuff I shouldn't be talking about on stream. Who gives a fuck? Alright, incinerate. Yep, level 3. So now, once you're in this endless mode, the important thing to do is to try not to lose focus. because you can easily just run into a projectile or a monster. Like, look at that projectile goes across my screen. Super hard to see with all this going on. And especially the longer it goes on, it's just everything starts getting so strong. You just start getting one shot by stuff. And it's such a sinking feeling when you were like 1 or 2 levels away from your goal, and there you go. You're just dead now. Over level once more. I'll grab the tail. Want that extra cast speed. The movement speed is nice too. And there's some little nitty gritty stuff I can get into, like these elites. You'll notice each of them has a word above their head. Those words aren't their names; those are effects. That's either an effect that it is giving to other enemies around it, or that's an effect that it'll give you when you beat it. Finally, lead sprinkler. Let's go. Level, but blade roll. I gotta get everything fucking okay. Let's skip blade roll. I gotta get everything up to at least level 5 so that there's a chance the next smuggler shrine will give me the chance to swap out the sentinel. Oh, that's something I actually haven't shown you very much. Dodging. You can dodge in this game by pushing space or right click. That's also why I don't normally keep my hand on the mouse. I only put my hand on the mouse when I go to choose stuff in the shops, which you can do, by the way, with like your arrow keys or your WASD, so you don't need to use the mouse at all. You can also play the game with only your mouse, because you can move yourself around like I'm doing right now just by holding left click. So anyway, when you do a dodge, as you see, you move and you go through things. I mean, it's a dodge. Makes sense, right? However, you have to use mana. So anything you've seen that talks about mana or mana regeneration, that's talking about your dodges that you have. Currently, I have 2 mana, so I have 2 dodges. I don't like any of this at all. Okay, what does Samsara do when it's fully leveled? And I really don't care about Samsara or Shrine Maiden, so I'm going to banish these 2. Oh shit, did I just take Shrine Maiden? Yeah. Okay, I accidentally took a level of Shrine Maiden, so kind of wasted that level up. I forgot I had to click banish again. I'm sorry, I messed up. Gah. No, it's never going to be perfect. My perfect run. Soiled. Yeah, usually use WASD to move around. So I've talked about dodging, talked about the elites and how they have the effects above their head. I almost ran into a fucking projectile because I can't see them. I cannot see the projectiles in this game. It is by far the biggest problem I have with this game. It's literally the only thing I have an issue with. I mean, of course, I'm going to run into the issue where I'm like, oh, I need more content in the game. Not at that level yet. All right, we got Soundbreaker. I don't care about Volition at all, so I'm going to banish that. I'm going to be careful not to double click. Revengeance. I don't care about that. Ending's okay. Acrobatics. It's not great, but it's not something where I'm like, I don't care about it. It's just, it's super low priority. I'm going to leave it there for now and save my banishes for other stuff. So this is that Soundbreaker. This is that thing I was talking about, the evolution for the one that gives movement speed and casting time. So it's going to put an area of effect around me that damages and knocks back demons. So that's what this blue, like, corona that I have here now is. This works really well with that lethargy aura that's making it so that enemies move at 80% speed. Because they're moving slower, this thing is applying knockback to them, and they've got to fight against that once they get inside this aura. So it's just little added slowdown to help keep them away from me. All right, another corrupted shrine. All right. This is another one of the harder patterns because it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, okay, it stops at 5, so this isn't the harder one. There's one where it starts at like 3 and it counts up from there as it shoots those at you, and they're so close together it's really hard to dodge between them, and they're so spread, like there's so many of them, you can't really, it's hard to outrun them too while staying within the shrine's aura that you need to do. Okay, now I'm gonna actually banish the shrine maiden. Get that out of here. Oh, these aren't too bad. Definitely, of course, I do like thickening. Not a, oops, ooh, careful. Almost ran into those projectiles. And now the hitbox. Okay, this is something that's a little weird with this game, is that your hitbox is exactly your character, how it looks. That means that it's actually easier to take on these shrines when you are directly above or below them. And that's because your hitbox is smaller when you're facing those directions to it. Because if I'm over here to the side, you can see I'm a wider target for it to hit now. Because it can hit me in the feet, it can hit me on the top of the head. And I have experimented with that. Yeah, this stuff doesn't go over you or behind you if it's like, if you get it out like at the top of your head or your bottom of your feet, it's all your hitbox. I guess that's a little annoying, but it's not like a bad thing. I just think it's a little weird. It's a little weird that you're a rectangle, so you want to try to be below shrines or above them, not to the sides. I don't know, it's weird. Usually when I play these games, your character's more of like a square or a circle, you know. Oh, okay. Gonna take this bounty hunter, so more damage to everything by 25% and elites by 50. Elites start getting really hard in this mode, so definitely want to be taking that bounty hunter. Okay, we got good stuff here. This is the kind of downside to taking those health increases I've been doing, is you get a character size increase by plus 50, which makes it harder to dodge the projectiles, especially on those shrines. We're going to overlevel on this because I got to get my spells up, and I want to get that behemoth. So now I'm a oh boy, she's a big girl now. Fuck, I don't even know this character's name. That's how much there's like no story in this game. There's probably a place that you can go look at her name, but there's no like story mode, at least not yet in the game. So I don't even know her name, but whatever her name is, she's now Gain version, as my brother would say. Oh shit. Oh, these guys are way fucking harder to kill now. They're getting close. Okay, finally. Okay, all of my... No, I've got Blade Whirl. Blade Whirl is still level 4. Once I level that up, though, I should have all of my spells to at least level 5. All right. Let's take that fortification. 8% reduced damage. Oh, you can see, just in case you never noticed it before, for some reason it stuck out to me, you can see the purple blades spinning around those elites. I'm hoping that they'll have 2 blades spinning around them once I get my other blade roll leveled up. But it's super nice because I can kind of just walk away from the group like this, and they're shredding all those enemies around them for me. Okay, definitely getting a lot harder now. Shit, ouch. Wasn't watching the projectiles. And they pushed me off base, so I gotta try to get back there. Because again, the kills that you're doing don't count unless you are within the shrine. And you can see that meter filling up underneath the shrine for how many I gotta kill. Brutality is good, but man, I have not been getting reverberations. Usually by now, usually it's one of the ones I focus real fast and I get it leveled up. So we want to get our cast speed up going here. Definitely been slacking on that. Fucking ouch. Oh my gosh, okay. So yeah, I've almost died. I'm almost dying. Oh my god, they just have so much HP. My health regen is actually really low too, so my health regen is super low right now. This is not shaping up to be one of my best runs. Nope, there it goes. And that's the game. Well, no, we can actually look at a breakdown here now. So, of course, these are just the stuff from my spellbook that I started with. And now you can see how much damage was dealt by all the different spells that I had as part of this breakdown. So let's see what was lacking here. Lead Sprinkler was obviously the worst, but again, that's because I didn't evolve it. Usually I try to evolve that super quickly and it'll like, okay, I'll just tell you what it does now. So instead of like a little flame that comes out, you know, as it circles around, it becomes two large, very large flames that shoot out, and those, they do still go around on their own, but because they're going out on like, so like if this is your character, they'll like, you know, they'll be coming out at like opposite ends from each other. And also I believe enemies explode when they die from it, which deals even more damage. So it actually becomes one of the best spells in the game, in my opinion. It's like literally my third or fourth favorite spell. Of course, my star, love of my life, Ardor, which is the evolved Incinerate. Look at that, over 3 million damage. Just blows everything else up, just blows it out of the fucking water. Assault Sentinel actually wasn't too bad. It's, again, it's not a terrible spell. There are some of these spells that you start with, depending on the spellbook, we are like, oh my god, this spell sucks ass. It's just, it's not as good as these ones. Like, look at it it was outperformed by, I mean, hell, even my secondary Blade Whirl, you know, was doing some catch up to it, and I've had this since the beginning. And Blade Whirl never even got up to its level. So this is just a good thing to look at here, so you can decide, hey, this was good, this was bad. Sometimes there's an ability that you may not think is working well, but then you get to here and you're like, holy shit, that spell was way better than I thought it was. And as you can see, I got 19 of those flowers, so I can come in here. Again, these are just kind of general upgrades you can get. This is where you can buy the mutations for some of the upgrades, for some of your auras. And then here's where you can unbind the auras, so that way you can level them up past level 4. And that's the game. Again, this game is currently $5 on the Steam store. Highly recommend it. Spellbook, Demonslayers. I'm probably gonna be playing it till I go to bed, but for now I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, little one, a lot of talking. This is a much more technical stream usually, but that's because there's not a lot to interact with. Usually I'm getting attacked by zombies and reading things in stupid ass voices. All right, Cody Cat, thanks for joining. Reika, as always, thank you for being here. For everybody else, no matter who you are, where you are, whenever the hell you're watching this, thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe out there. Love ya.